Hi everybody, and welcome to Cooking with Dom. That's me. Alright, so today we're doing, what's it called? This, which is that stuff that you get at the Chinese place. It has a name. This isn't going very well. Today we're making lo mein, which is an Asian food. That's probably racist to say. Anyway, the first step is to boil some water. So I've done that in my pot. By the way, that's all I have for this entire meal. I don't have a wok or even a real pan. I mean, I got this small one, which I'm gonna attempt to use for some of this, so we'll see how that goes when we get there. But yay, boiling water, now we need the pasta. I only choose Barilla pasta because it was the only one I bothered looking for in the store. Any great chef would tell you that the fastest way to cook pasta is to break it in half. So that's what we're gonna do. Oh, you're also supposed to salt that water, so if you weren't like following this, you know, this guide, then you were supposed to salt that. So if you didn't, you've just messed it up. It's ruined. You start over. Throw the water out and start up. So we're gonna let that pasta cook for a little while. You're gonna want to let it sit in there for about 3 hours. And give or take, it depends on your time zone and your altitude, but roughly 3 hours, just let it sit in the water. You're gonna take a nap, maybe watch some elementary, you know, the TV show that has the female Watson. I don't actually have enough money to buy my own salt, so I just went to my local coffee shop and I just picked up like 300 of these small iodized salt packets. I mean, they work, right? It's all the same stuff, and I just used some note cards to make this little handy container. I also got pepper. You're not supposed to take the pepper, so don't tell anyone I told you. I could get in serious trouble. I'm talking to you, Brad! The next step in the cooking process is to make the sauce. You know, that stuff that's all over the noodles when you buy it at the Chinese place, which I just should have done in the first place, but hey, this is supposed to be a tutorial. So, you're gonna wanna get some la choy teriyaki, la choy soy sauce. Now, it's very important that you get the same brand, because if you don't get the same brand, just make sure you get the same brand for these two, but the rest of it, you can just get it from anywhere. Like, I got some McCormick stuff here. This was like $5 for this tiny little bottle. I feel like I'm ripped off. Anyway, you're gonna get some tablespoons. I think you get like 3 tablespoons of this, 3 tablespoons of that. I don't have measuring spoons, so instead I'm just gonna use this slightly larger spoon as a tablespoon. You know, maybe I'll do 1 or 2, 3. You should probably have the actual cooking equipment to do this if you're gonna want to do it yourself. I'm just an idiot. You're supposed to mix them together in a bowl, but I got a mug. So you should get a mug about this size. I mean, if you got a bowl, I mean, you could use that, you f***ing overachiever. I also got some meat. You're gonna want to mix some meat in there, unless you're a vegan piece of, or, you know, but it shouldn't be frozen. I mean, mine's still frozen because I started at the wrong time. So the recipe that I'm using calls for 3 tablespoons of low sodium soy sauce. But I just got normal soy sauce because I'm not a pussy. Also, the low sodium was more expensive, so, I mean, we gotta get this label off. There are some dotted lines. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Okay, the dotted lines didn't work. It instead decided to come off at a weird angle, so we're gonna try again. Okay, this thing is really starting to piss me off. Okay, here we go. 3 tablespoons. F my life. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, money. Next, we're gonna need 2 tablespoons of the teriyaki, which smells so good I might just end up drinking that instead of a beverage. Unfortunately, oh God! You don't want to forget your honey, but why don't we just be on the safe side and take it slow this time. Okay, this is taking f***ing forever. Let's speed this shit up. And then the final ingredient you need is 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground ginger. Now, I don't have a teaspoon, but I have a spatula, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure they're like the same thing, so that'll work. Now, unfortunately for me, the ground ginger that I bought is quality sealed, which means it's sealed so well that no one could possibly penetrate it. So unfortunately, I apparently just got ripped off $5, and I'm gonna have to go back to the store to get more ground ginger. Okay, so you didn't see this, I did it off camera. Basically, I was too lazy to go back to the store to get more ginger, so instead I called my friend over who's a voodoo priest, and he performed a ritual that got me into the bottle. All I had to sell him was a quarter of my soul. I don't know why he only wanted part of it, but you know, there you go. So now we only need a quarter of a teaspoon. So I'm just gonna go ahead and measure that out right here. Okay, that's probably right. And into the thing it goes. Cooking's easy. I don't know why more people don't do this. And then once you got everything in there, you're just gonna go ahead and give it a little stir just to make sure that everything's melded nice and good together. And there we go. All nice and done. Good job, everybody. I know you're following the rules correctly, except for you, Brad. Dick. I just wanted to take a second to remind everyone that it's important to keep a clean workspace, you know? I mean, we're making food for our consumption, so we want to make sure that... So we're going to go ahead and see how the pasta's doing. I'm just going to give it a quick little breather on, and then... It's pretty good. Hey! I'm cooking here! Come on! I also don't have one of those fancy pasta spoons, so I'm just using a fork. I know the rest of you probably have something kind of like that if you have one. I think you're better than me, don't you? So the pasta's nice and good, and I feel like it's ready. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go to the sink and we're gonna strain it out. And look, I actually got a strainer. I caught it, don't worry. So now our sauce is ready and good, and our pasta noodles are nice and strained, so we don't need that anymore. And, oh, yeah, we needed to do the meat, but it's still frozen. You wouldn't normally do it this way. First, because the pan is too small, and the second, because the meat is still frozen. But lucky for you, I am a professional. I forgot to hit record. Then you just mix in the mix and you start. Hey, you did it! Look at that. You're on track, kid. I ruined it. It's ruined! I feel like it's important to say for all the people watching at home that there's no wrong way to cook meat, you know? You just throw it on the grill, in the griddle pan. I think this is a pan. And you just let it sear and cook itself to perfection. The main point is you just cook it and it's good. It doesn't matter how you do it. It all turns brown in the end. Well, motherfucker! And if you followed all of my instructions to the letter, you will end up with not only a delicious but also nutritious meal of beef lo mein. Now, I don't know about you, but that actually looks pretty damn good to me. Now, some people think that you need to have vegetables in your beef lo mein. To them, I say, I am not a vegan, I am a man. That's good. Oh man, that is some good shit. Yeah! I didn't get any meat in that one. So let's try that now. Perfect. Thanks for watching my video. I'm gonna eat the rest of this now. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I've been me. And see you next time on Cooking with Dom. Da 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 da.